sanitary pads again. Last year and part of this year, ladies were complaining about soft care pads.
Soft care mtupe pads quality ama mwache produce pads.
Lately, they have been getting many reviews on different social media platforms, but none of the reviews is a good review. Women are citing boils, rashes, and itching after using these specific pads.
I tried my best to follow through and understand what was going on. I didn't get anything meaningful, and we concluded that maybe we might have counterfeits in the circulation. In a nutshell, what was happening is ladies were complaining that after using that particular brand, they would get discharge, they would get boils, also itchiness and inflammation in their vagina after using that particular brand. And I don't know how that concluded. If that is still ongoing, then you can tell us in the comment region. Maybe we can try to see if there is something better that we can do, now that we have free time. Anyway, right now we are talking about Always and some of the few brands, and I've seen so many videos of people holding the pads against light, and when I saw the first video, my thoughts were like, that looks like something moldy. But then for me, it's easy to prove that it's moldy because I can even check it under the microscope and I can easily see whether that's moldy or not. But before we get there, I collected some few more for comparison. This is Cortex, this is Moulds. They hold some good reputation. I actually see them around the house. Also, this holds some good reputation. That's why almost everyone is shocked at the findings. So we have them. I'm going to tear them apart. But before you get there, we're going to, look at them against the light. And I have my light here. So we'll use this one to check them and see actually if they are moldy. I'm not really positive about this because of the videos that I've scrolled through that are showing something that looks scary, but let's just see what you're going to find. Let's start with Cortex. This one doesn't seem to have anything weird. There's not those dots. So this one, although we're going to tear it down just for comparison and for those who are curious to know what they usually put in here, we're going to also tear it down. So we'll keep it aside. This one is actually labeled, so we're going to be able to see it. Then the next one is Moulds. Now this one is Moulds. I've had so many good reviews about them. So let's just see if we're going to find anything weird in them. Sorry for those of you who might think that I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm sorry. So this one is actually way cleaner. If you look at it, it's quite plain. Nothing suspicious, nothing that looks weird, no dots, no stains. It's just plain. So this one is Moulds. We're going to label this one because it doesn't have a name so that we can know it when we are doing the tear down. And finally, this one, and we're going to pick a new one, a new set. And sorry also for those who think that maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. Sorry, don't know at them. And yeah, it looks nasty. When you look at it against the light, I can see some stain-looking things. It's dotted, and they don't look they don't look nice. So might be molds. I'm not really sure. The good thing is we're going to tear it down and see them from the inner side. And characteristically, this is how a bread, when it overstays, looks like. I'm not sure. We're going to check and see whether actually this is molds. We have Always, we have Cortex, and then we have Moulds. Actually, I've labeled them. So you have this one, Always. Actually, let's just confirm one final time that is it not working? So we are just sure that we don't like what we are seeing. So this one is Always, and I'm not sure you can see. I hope you can. I hope you can. Let me just reduce the light here. And this is what we are working with. Cortex was actually fine, so nothing much. Also, this is the other guy. This is Moulds. I'll start with Moulds, then go to Cortex and the main character, Always here. And I have a thing that we're going to do, so stick around. Let's start with this one. We'll just cut it into two. And we should see, just keep them aside, those ones. I'm going to cut this into two. Not really necessary. I can actually peel it off. But I think it's advisable for me to just wear mask because I'm sure it's going to have some dust particles that will be white in nature. Now, this is what we have. And you can see something that looks like cotton. Actually, this is not cotton, but we can peel it off and see what you're going to see. Now, this is the material which we call the absorbent core that really absorb the moisture. It looks like cotton, but this material here is not cotton. It's what is written here. It's quite absorbent and way better when it comes to absorption compared to cotton. And this will keep someone drier longer because of the capacity of absorption that it contains. So this can absorb a lot of moisture. And we're going to see the difference between this and cotton in a few minutes. That's why we have this one here. And I'll show you how you can tell the difference between cotton and this absorbent material. That out of the way, we go to this one. This is Cortex, and we'll do the same thing. Same drill, cut it into two. We check at what is in here, similar material. This also is not cotton, and let me confirm quickly what this one might be. Ingredients: fluff, super absorbent material. Yes. So let me show you where you're going to read the ingredients. It's usually on this side. Don't know whether this is clear. Maybe you can see it, so can read. So this is that material, similar to what we have there. This one, the capacity of absorption, which is here in this material, is higher compared to that of cotton. So this might be more comfortable, not that I've ever worn, might be more comfortable because of that holding capacity, but we're still going to test. And we go to our guy here. Now, this one, I'm going to do it in a different way. Instead of cutting it down, I want to peel it off, because when I was trying to look at it keenly, there is something that I suspected that might be happening here. So which other side? I think it should be this. The back side should be okay, this one. So I'm going to peel it off because I think I have an idea of what's going on with this one. I don't know if you can see. Now. By now, I'm sure you can tell what we were seeing or what we were looking at. And let me make it a little bit clear. So do you see these things? The white, are they crumbs? The white thing is this one. Yeah, get there. Any other? I'm trying to look for the big ones, and they're all over. So I have this one. There's another one here. There are so many. I'm trying to look for those which are loose that I can easily pick. There is one there. They look like crumbs. Maybe I need to bring my camera closer so that you can see what's going on here. But before I bring the camera, I think the best thing will be we check it again and see if this is actually what is making it look like there are some patches, some white patches. Let me reduce the light. I think that should be enough. So when you look at it, you can definitely tell where those dots and the stain-looking stuff are coming from. Let me do it in a better way. So I'm sure you can tell and you can see where they are coming from. And they are quite pronounced on this one. If you look at it, you're still going to get them. And the thing is, we can pick them one by one. They are here. Like, we have this one here. And the few ones that where did they go? Oh, this one there. We have others. And they're quite a number. They look like crumbs. Oh, this one. I'm trying to pick those ones which are loose. I have this one. And there are quite many. So there are many. Let me bring the camera closer for us to appreciate what they are. And when I bring the camera closer, this is definitely not mold. These are crumbs from this material, and I now can appreciate the differences, because here we have cellulose, we have polyester and some other stuff, and you can see some minor differences between this and what we have in other parts there. I think that's why this one doesn't look really even. And yeah, trust me, this is not mold. But how do they work? How do you know the difference between this and cotton? Can you tell this from home? Yeah, we're going to do that. That's why you have this glass of water here. We're going to pour this. I'm going to put this water there and in other parts, and then we're going to see what will happen. Anyway, we confirmed that we don't have molds here, and in any of them, they actually look clean. But how do they work? This is not cotton. How do they absorb water? So we just pour some water on that one, on this one, or on this one, and we're going to see what will happen. And this is how you tell the difference between cotton. Oh, that was bad. This is how you tell the difference between cotton and this other absorbent material. And now we can appreciate the difference between this, which is always, and these two. I'll actually group them together. We have this one, which is mold, and then we have cortex. You can appreciate the difference between them. Let me show you the difference actually. So if I pinch some of it, and then we try to, pinch them together, try to make a gel. It's not forming a gel. So this is polyester and some other stuff which is there. So this one, even when you try to squeeze them between your fingers, nothing will happen. It feels like cotton. So I'll just stay like that. It's like a material. This is just an absorbent material which doesn't form a gel. So I'm suspecting polyester and stuff. So there is nothing. So the difference between this and this one, just check. I want you to see the difference between these two. Now, this will form some crystals and some jelly-like substance that will help in absorption of that water. So you can see this is jelly-like. It will form this after absorbing that water. So this is the difference, a huge difference between them. And when I check on this other one here, it's the same thing. It's going to form some jelly-like substance, which is slimy. This is after absorbing that water, so it turns into this, and that's why it's able to hold a lot of water compared to cotton. I'm even suspecting it can carry more water than what we have here. So this is totally different. Let me show you again. On this one, nothing will happen. This is kind of, it's like wool. It's like cotton. So I think now that's why we have the appearance of this when you put it against light compared to these two.